I'm Jeff, this is Tropical Plants at 53 degrees north. So this is clearly Venus flytrap or Dionaea muscipula. Now some of you might have seen my repot, and I'll put a card up at the top of the screen there if you want to see it. And I repotted it on the 17th of March. It's now roughly a month later, a little bit after that. And I've not shown these yet. I just wanted to do an update because they really did sulk after I repotted them. Now you can see I've got two pots of these because I actually divided them. I had two very small pots. It's not like a really unusual or special variety of this Venus flytrap. It's just it wasn't an expensive one, and you can see it's really going for it now with its leaves. The traps will get a lot bigger than this and a lot redder inside, especially when I put them out in the sun. I kept them in because, like, as I say, they really did sulk. They didn't seem to want to do anything other than throw up the flower spikes. And there's another one that I've just cut a load off. I'll see if I can zoom in on them. I'll have to do it with software later on. So you can see these with a little, like a little ball on top. They're the flower spikes. The flowers are nothing special, and what I want are traps. I don't want flower spikes. So whenever you see one of those, if you're looking for more traps, then cut off the flower spikes. It's worth just having a look at them because they are quite unusual, but I certainly wouldn't call them like a beautiful bloom by any means. So not quite sure why they sulked. They're in the right media. I just think, and it was the right time to do it. If I did actually put them straight outside, but they just didn't like it. They wanted a bit of TLC for a while. I suppose some plants are not that keen on, because it's not a natural thing to do, is it, to repot a plant? So I think they just didn't like it and they weren't happy for a while, but they are coming back now. So that's just one side of the story, because if I show you the other pot, it's a completely different story altogether. Now you can see these were the divisions. They're not dead, but they're not thriving either. They're in exactly the same spot as the other one. They're not kept in a different place by any means. So if we can get them both in shot there. And I'm not worried. I do think it will come back. I think it's just a matter of time. So the one on the right, I'm going to put that out now in the sun and let it catch whatever it wants. I have got them in trays of water, and I'm using RO water just to make sure that they're not getting any nutrients there, because that will encourage the traps to form. This one, again, it just keeps to want to be sending up flower spikes. I think that one there is another flower spike. I'll have to try and get rid of that one, but it is sending up traps. There's a little trap coming there. Now, I think it's just a matter of time, so I'm going to keep this one. Oh, there is one there. That's going to be a trap. You can usually tell because it's like a wider leaf that have traps on the end. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'll keep this one under protection for a little while and keep my eye on it. I think it will eventually come. If I keep cutting enough flower spikes off, eventually it should get the message that I want it to produce more traps, or that it needs traps if it wants to get any kind of nutrition. So that's a little update on my Dionaea muscipula. I really could do with some more varieties. I know there's only one species, and all the others are clones and like genetic mutations, which I found really interesting. But there are some really good genetic mutations that look quite exciting. The bigger ones are the better ones, as far as I'm concerned, and the ones with like a redder internal section to the traps there. I'll just stick my big massive hand in front there. So yeah, so that's it, just a little update. What I would like to know from anybody who grows Venus flytraps, I mean, I've only got these two pots. I'm certainly not massively experienced with these, but I've had them a couple of years. Can anyone recommend a particular variety? And that might be next on my shopping list. So I hope you enjoyed this very short video for me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, and you won't miss any updates.